Hey, welcome back, creators. Last week, we explored the importance of understanding your target audience, the people who ultimately will be the ones engaging with your content. Today, we're going to continue to build on that foundation, and the way in which we can do that is by translating those audience insights into powerful visual branding strategies. It's so important to remember that your audience is more than just demographics. They're people. They have preferences, values, and expectations that you can use to help guide the visual branding elements that you choose to represent your brand. So with that being said, let's dive into how you can create a visual identity that not only catches the eye of your target audience, but deeply resonates with them. All right, we're gonna continue this video, but I just pulled up to church and I really don't wanna miss this service. So, MoPros will be right back. Alrighty, we just finished church, so let's get back to the video, guys. And before we get into it, church was awesome. Highly recommend it. So just so you're aware, visual branding is much more than just a logo or a color palette. It's the heartbeat of your brand's identity. It communicates who you are and what you stand for at a glance. You really want to start with selecting brands and colors that reflect your brand's personality. But you want to be careful. You're not choosing just for you. You want to keep in mind your brand's target audience and their preferences and what they value. The goal here is to align those two, to marry them, to make them feel heard and seen, as well as showing what you stand for as your brand, as your company. For example, if your audience values energy and excitement, vibrant reds and dynamic shapes might just be your allies. Now, if they appreciate calm and trust, cool blues and soft curves could be your friend. You see, everything in visual branding matters. To the shape of the item, to the color of the item, it matters. That's why we have to know our audience. But ladies and gentlemen, please hear me when I say consistency is key. Your visual branding should be uniform across all platforms. From your Instagram posts to your Facebook updates to your YouTube long form content. It should all be cohesive. In more formal terms, this uniformity creates a cohesive brand experience, making your content extremely recognizable and helping you to build strong brand recall. And that's what we all want. Small disclaimer, do not text and drive. I was looking at a picture of a newborn baby. It's not an excuse, but it is a pretty good one. But the looming question that we all have is, if it has to be the same, it sounds repetitive. How do we keep it fresh? I got you. A simple way to keep it fresh is by infusing your brand's unique personality into everything you do. You see, we make these videos and I want to sound educational and informal and I want to give you the best of the best, but I can't hide my personality, how whimsical and weird I am, how I can't really speak all that well. So I throw it in there. I throw in my quirky jokes, my little tidbits and rants, my weird, extreme, exacerbated examples, because someone can relate to that. Someone can feel like they turn on a camera and, man, I feel really weird talking about this right now. I'll give you an example right now. I'm taking this video while driving because I feel more comfortable in the car by myself than I do sitting down in front of a desk in front of a camera. There's my personality. That's how I keep it unique. Now back off my rant and back onto you. You could share behind the scenes content, the inspiration behind the products. There's a plethora of ideas that you can show and really highlight your brand's personality through your content while keeping it consistent. This approach not only strengthens your visual branding, but also deepens your audience's understanding and personalization of who you are and what you do. It brings them along the journey, not just a part and not just a customer. They're more than that. They become family at that point. They know you, they like you, and they trust you. Not because you're forcing them to, because you're giving them the opportunity to see you as you. That's visual branding. You're giving them a chance to deepen their connection with your brand. Now, I'll admit, embracing visual branding is like choosing the perfect outfit for your entire business. It's difficult, it takes time, and it's precise. We want our watches to fit and match our shoes. We want our belt to match our top, or whatever the case may be. I'm not very good at styling. So that was not a good example, but there's my personality. All right, but back to choosing the outfit analogy. It's one that speaks volumes. It's your first impression, and it matters. All right, I'm parked now, so I can look at you. This week, I want you to take the audience insights you gathered from our last lesson, and I want you to use them to create a mood board or a visual concept that reflects your brand's identity. And please, while you're doing it, make sure you're considering the color, the font, and the imagery that's going to speak best to your target audience. And when you have, share it with us. I would be happy to give you guys some feedback. I'd love to see some engagement with you guys and to see what you guys come up with. You get better, we get better, and we get better, you get better. That's the goal of growing, all right? And that is all we got for you today. Thank you for joining us this week, and I hope you come back for next week as we're going to be exploring the power of interactive polls. And if you found today's video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we're going to be diving into more social media marketing tips. And until next time, keep creating, keep branding, and keep learning.